to my beautiful wife-to-be Bethany. This will be the last letter I write to you before we say I do. I cannot wait to see you walk down the aisle and for us to say our vows. The last 2 years have flown by since I asked you to be my wife. It truly seems like yesterday that we were on that bridge and asked you to be mine. I know you thought it was a wind-up, but it is the best decision I've ever made. I think it is normal to have cold feet before getting married. This is a feeling that I have never got to experience with you. As I write this, I am completely content in our life together and cannot wait to take this next step with you. I hold no fear in my heart because I love you completely, and I know that you will be with me no matter what. I hope that we get a little time to ourselves today to reflect back on what has happened so far and what's still to come. If all else fails, we have the rest of our lives together to reminisce. I can't wait for our first dance as Mr. and Mrs. and to have the cake that we have been obsessed about for the last 9 months. If you get scared today or nervous, I want you to remember a few things. 1, I will love you unconditionally. 2, I will always love you. And 3, look how many people we made get dressed up for us. I wanted to add a few vows that we won't be saying today to let you know how I feel about you and how I want our life together to be. I promise to always cook for you as long as you do the washing up. I promise to always put you first, even in front of my guitars. I promise to always let you win at Call of Duty. I promise to always let you warm your feet on me, even though it makes me want to pee myself. I promise for us to always know everything about one another, so we keep kicking ass at Mr. and Mrs. I promise to always go to gigs that you want to, even if it's not my cup of tea. You are my everything, and I love you unconditionally and always will. Love always and forever, your loving husband-to-be.
I am not accustomed to making speeches, so I promise to be brief. I stand here today, the proudest of dads, and I had the pleasure of walking my daughter down the aisle. I'm sure you will all agree she looks stunning, or smart, as I usually say to my girls. The bridesmaids look beautiful as well, and I must mention my little mate George, who did a fantastic job today as ring security. Hi George. It doesn't seem 26 years since Beth was born, but I do remember having hair back then, and we have had fun and laughter, tantrums and tears along the way, but by far best, Beth has brought so much joy and happiness to myself, her mum Gail, her sister Rachel and brother James. Beth told us she had met someone special called Michael, who played in a classic guitar band, and she would like us to meet him. We met Michael and liked him very much, and also the Pack Band are fantastic too. But little did we know just how special Michael was to become.
Michael, I can't believe this day has finally arrived after all the planning and counting down together. Today I become your wife. It only seems like... It only seems like yesterday that I first saw you and literally felt like I can't get through it. It only seems like yesterday that I first saw you and literally fell head over heels in love with you. That story better not be in your speech. It will be one moment that I am embarrassed about, but love at the same time. They say when you know, and I didn't believe it to be true until I met you. The love, strength and support you've given me from the very start has shaped me into who I am today. I still can't believe how lucky I am to have met you. When we'd not even been going out a month, my grandpa passed away, and you were there for not only me but my family too. Most guys would just run for the hills at that point, and I know that I won't be able to say thank you enough for that time. But I will keep trying for the rest of my life to show you how much that meant to me. As one very important man in my life sadly left, you came into my life and were my rock. I promise to love and support your dreams and ambitions. I promise to be there and hold your hand when times are tough. I promise to always get the chicken out when cooking, because I know you don't like to do that. And I promise to be there to say no to any more PRS guitars that you don't need. I love you today and forever, my partner in crime, soulmate, best friend, and to be very soon, my husband. Love always, your Beth and soon to be wife.
Michael has been allowed into the Clark family Circle of Trust, as made famous by Robert De Niro in the film Meet the Fockers. I would like to present Michael now with this gift to honour his induction into the Clark Circle of Trust.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem. Now, to be serious, Michael is welcoming our family as Andrew and Colleen have warmly welcomed Beth into their family, and I am sure Bethany could not have chosen anyone better, and I have no doubt they will have a very happy future together. They do not need any advice, but I will just say, forgive quickly, kiss slowly, love truly, laugh uncontrollably, and never regret.
Good afternoon, everyone, and on behalf of North Yorkshire Registration Service, welcome to Crab Manor. My name is Rhonda Chew, and it gives me great pleasure to conduct this marriage ceremony today for Michael and Bethany. My colleague Alicia Butcher is here to ensure that this very happy event is recorded in her register for posterity, and she will produce the marriage certificate at the end of the ceremony. Who gives Bethany to be married today?
I do.
Thank you, Stephen.
Okay.
To begin the ceremony, Michael, will you please state your full name?
Michael Andrew Copley.
And Bethany, will you please state your full name?
Bethany Juliet Clark.
The place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. We are gathered here to witness the joining in matrimony of Michael Andrew Copley and Bethany Juliet Clark. If there is any person here today who knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now.
Cheers, Eli.
Well chosen guest. Before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make. Marriage in this country is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. Now I am going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. Michael, please repeat after me. I declare that I know
I declare that I know
of no legal reason
of no legal reason
why I, Michael Andrew Copley,
why I, Michael Andrew Copley,
may not be joined in marriage
may not be joined in marriage
to Bethany Juliet Clark.
to Bethany Juliet Clark.
And Bethany, please repeat after me. I declare that I know
I declare that I know
of no legal reason
of no legal reason
why I, Bethany Juliet Clark,
why I, Bethany Juliet Clark,
may not be joined in marriage
may not be joined in marriage
to Michael Andrew Copley.
to Michael Andrew Copley.
Michael and Bethany wish to marry, for in each other's company they have found fulfillment and love. As a consequence of this love, they have drawn closer to each other and now wish to affirm publicly their relationship and to offer to each other the security that comes from vows sincerely made and faithfully kept. At this stage, I would like to invite Gail to come forward to share with us the first reading.
Someone to believe in and to put their trust in you. Someone who appreciates the special things you do. Someone to be close to in your heart and mind. Someone who's the love you might have never thought you'd find. Someone who stands by you and whose faith can make you strong. Someone you will cherish every day your whole life long.
Thank you, Gail. That was beautifully read. I think you deserve a round of applause. The institution of marriage must be entered into freely, voluntarily, and with the full and unreserved consent of you both. Therefore, do you, Michael, take Bethany, here present, to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Bethany, take Michael, here present, to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Two I do's, we may proceed. Now the solemn moment has come for these two persons to make the contract of their marriage before you, their witnesses. Will all those who are able please stand? So if you just turn to face
Come here then.
Michael, please repeat after me. I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness that I,
Michael Andrew Copley,
do take thee,
Bethany Juliet Clark,
to be my lawful wedded wife. And Bethany, please repeat after me. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Bethany Juliet Clark, do take thee, Michael Andrew Copley, to be my lawful wedded husband. Michael, please repeat after me the extra loving words that you have both chosen. I promise to love and care for you. And to be faithful to you always. May we look to our future together. With hope, happiness and joy. And remembering this day. Never allow anything. To destroy the feelings. That we share for each other. And Bethany, your turn to repeat your extra living words. I promise to love and care for you,
I promise to love and care for you,
and to be faithful to you
and
always.
to be faithful to you always.
May we look to our future together
May we look to our future together
with hope, happiness and joy.
with hope, happiness and joy.
And remembering this day,
And remembering this day,
never allow anything
never allow anything
to destroy the feelings
to destroy the feelings
that we share for each other.
that we share for each other.
Word perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I think a round of applause for you. Would the guests please be seated, and would Andrew care to come forward for the second reading?
Good luck getting round.
Yeah.
It's not that big.
Today is a day you will always remember, the greatest in anyone's life. You'll start off the day just two people in love and end it as husband and wife. It's a brand new beginning, the start of a journey, with moments to cherish and treasure. And although there'll be times when you both disagree, these will be surely outweighed by the pleasure. You've heard many words of advice in the past, and the secrets of marriage are spoken. But you know that the answers lie hidden inside, where the bond of true life lies unbroken. So live happy forever as lovers and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you, as you stand together with love in your eyes, and the moment you whisper, I do. With luck, all your hopes and your dreams can be real. May success find its way to your hearts. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is the day it all starts.
Thank you, Andrew.
Cheers.
We now come to the giving of the wedding rings. This is the traditional and ancient way of sealing the contract you have made, and is the outward sign of the lifelong promises you have made to each other. At this point, there's a very important job to be done by George. George, could you come forward with your high security briefcase?
Can I put on the table? Can I take them? Got him. Thank you. Go high five.
High five.
Fist bump.
A big round of applause. Put your ring to Des knuckle.
Yep.
And just hold it and repeat after me. Bethany, I give you this ring
Bethany, I give you this ring
as a token of our marriage
as a token of our marriage
and as a symbol of all that we share.
and as a symbol of all that we share. Get on. You've got really sweaty hands.
Thank you.
And if Bethany can hug Michael's ring. Excellent. Just to the knuckle. That's it. Repeat after me. Michael, I give you this ring
Michael, I give you this ring
as a token of our marriage
as a token of our marriage
and as a symbol of all that we share.
and as a symbol of all that we share.
And if you just push the ring up, that's lovely.
That's that, isn't it?
Now I think at this point, I think George, you should have an extra job because I think you would be very sensible and reliable to do this. Could you just go and check that they've put those rings on those fingers?
Come on.
Just give them a little tug. That's a good boy. Have a look.
Give it a pull.
The purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care for, and support each other through all the joys and sorrows of life, and that love may be fulfilled in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment. We trust that these things may come true for you both. You have both made the declarations prescribed by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your witnesses, family and friends here this afternoon. All of us gathered here today wish you both joy and happiness in your new life together. Michael and Bethany, it is my privilege and pleasure to say that you are now lawfully married. Congratulations, you're now husband and wife, and Michael, you may kiss your bride.
In you, I've truly found my soulmate, and I promise to put you before everything else. Yes, even guitars. Maybe. Only if you behave. You truly look beautiful today, and I'm lucky that we met. You look amazing, more beautiful than I've ever seen before. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Beth and how we first met. Now, as most of you know, we met through James and his best mate Sally. And it's because of them that we're here today. So thank you very much for the introduction. We pack a band, played at James's wedding a couple of years ago, and it's really because of that we're here. That's not how we first met. Me and Beth first met on a cold, rainy March, April night, just before Easter, when Sally was playing a gig down at the Hop in Wakefield. Now, I'd had a bit to drink, and drunk Beth had made an appearance. Very drunk Beth made an appearance. So I was talking to Derek, Sally's dad, and Sally after the gig, and Blur just flew past me, launched herself across the stage, straight in front of me, and that's when we first met. I never thought 4.5 years later I'd be marrying that same girl. After that, we met again in the summer when Beth came to one of my gigs with James and Jodie. This time she didn't throw herself at my feet though, just very, very quiet, not drunk. After this I added on Facebook and thought really no more of it. This was until November when I had a message off Sally out of the blue asking me if I'd like to go on a date with Beth. I really can't say that it took much thinking about. After a few months of beginning to date, myself and Beth decided that we'd move in together. Well, when I say decided that we moved in together, she was kind of already there. Like a stray kitten, if you feed them, they stay. They don't go, and you know, it's still here now, it's great. And after winding Beth up for most of our relationship that I never want to get married again, I asked her to marry me 2 years to the day. And it was the best decision I ever made. And given my time again, I would do it in exactly the same way, exactly the same place. It may have been cold, wet, may have got wet knees, may nearly drop the camera, but it was the most perfect way to ask you. It was so perfect, in fact, that when I actually popped the question, the only answer which I got first off was, "Are you joking?" And then floods of tears. It was then that she saw the ring and actually realised that was serious. Beth, you've been the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I look forward to spending the rest of our days together.
I didn't really know how to even go about doing this, so I thought I'd have a quick look on the internet. Turned into quite a few hours, found quite a lot of good material, but then I realised I was supposed to be writing this, so that reminds me I probably best clear my internet history when I get back. But seriously, I'm Shane. I've known Mike for the best part of 20 years now, which is absolutely crazy. And we met at Leeds College of Music, and until August this year, I didn't realise I was supposed to call him Michael. Apparently it's a big taboo. I call him Mike, we've called him all sorts of stuff, but so if you don't mind, Colleen, I'm still going to call him Mike. not Michael. Honestly, never realised. Yeah, I'm shocked and honoured to be asked to be your best man, because as you know by now, I've got no filter. So I literally spend my entire life at the minute. It's with Debbie, you've done it a few times, where I've got what I call human firewalls, and they just basically spend the time kicking me, nudging me.
Right, I'm Ryan. I've known Michael a bit longer, about 30 years. He had hair as well. And there's nothing that, well, I wouldn't do for him and he wouldn't do for me. Maybe not lend me a PRS whilst you're on your honeymoon. Putting it out there. You could say we're brothers from another mother. In many ways, we're very similar. He's funny, charismatic, caring, and I'm the liar. But obviously there are certain duties that a best man should do. Great job with Steve. We all enjoyed that. Michael, you've done a pretty good job there too. Although it's not the first, second or third time today you've risen from a warm seat with a piece of paper in your hand. But, another one of our duties is to make sure that the groom gets here on time and it looks good. However hard that is. But you've scrubbed up pretty well, and we're a bit upset that you've blatantly copied our outfits.
I'm sorry.
Bridesmaids, you look fantastic today. More importantly, you've done a fantastic job of convincing Beth to turn up. We were a bit shocked. Beth, you look amazing today. That's where I'm going with this. Beth, you look amazing today. If it wasn't so much about convincing evidence, we'd say she's out of your league today, Michael. But Shane and I wanted now to give you a flavour of the type of character that Michael is.
You ready, sweetheart?
Especially for the stable. Excuse me.
I was going to actually start with when he were a child and he were an altar boy and he was literally touched by the hand of God, but I've been told not to talk about that. So, legal issues and things. So, what I'll do is...
That's the Queen bit.
There we go. So, what I'm going to do instead is just say, apart from my dear old gran, he is the most nosy bugger I have ever met in my entire life. Right? Yeah. So much so that his peeping Tom antics at my old house in Pontefract actually caused my neighbours in the flat above, opposite, they were peeping out of the window. They decided to flash the boobs at him. Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to let today go by without talking about Michael's masculinity.
I didn't know where this was going.
Okay, we finished that. What fears does he have? Does he have a kryptonite? Well, as many of you know, Michael is a fantastic guitarist and singer. Some of the reasons Michael has got such a fantastic vocal range is to his 33 years experience of screaming like a girl at the sight of a spider. I once watched him walk into a spider's web and he did an hour of Tai Chi in 5 seconds. Another one of Michael's fears came apparent when we were on a holiday to Spain. Everyone else was swimming in the sea. You might even wonder why he wouldn't go in. Was this due to a fear of a shark attack? The strong current? No. Michael has a fear of seaweed. In his words, it's too icky. I thought it looked like a vegetable.
Before I forget, I promised I'd read this card out. But Michael, you will be missed. There's a lovely picture of him in his mankini.
Thank you.
So I won't read it all because it's a bit rude actually, but it just says, to Michael, you are our favourite customer, but now there will be redundancies and concerns about how we will feed our families. We love you long time. Happy Land Massage Parlour. In fact, we've all had a bit of a laugh. We've took the mick out of Michael, but the fact that you've all turned up today just shows that you all love him just as much as what me and Ryan do. and he's been such an amazing friend to both of us. One of the most caring, kind and thoughtful blokes we know, and as you said as well, it's very true. So we're very lucky to call him a best friend, and Beth is lucky to call him her husband. Beth, you look absolutely beautiful and amazing today, and we've gotten to know you over the last few years and can honestly say that you've made Michael so happy, and can see how wonderful you both are together.